Good morning.
Good morning to you.
It's early for you, right?
Yeah, it is. I'm still on Pacific time, so got my coffee in. Yeah.
I woke up at about 5 this morning.
Oh, why so early?
I think I was kind of pumped to get my landing page launched.
Nice. I saw the tweets this morning. You slid right in there last minute.
I saw that. You're my latest subscriber.
Yeah,
Thanks for subscribing.
you bet. Landing page looks nice.
Thank you. Adam Wathan, who I've mentioned a couple times, helped me out with the design. I sent him sort of an early prototype, and he was like, I have some feedback, but let me just make a thing that's kind of better than what you have. And I was like, that's amazing. Thank you. I think he had a sort of his own landing page template that he had developed over the years. And so he was like, try this. And it was like, oh, that looks way better.
Nice. What technology did you use for this? Is it static?
It is static, yeah.
Okay.
It's literally just GitHub pages hitting an index.html.
Nice. Plain old school HTML.
Yeah, totally. And then an embedded form that points at getdrip.com. I like the old URL. I refuse to use the .co.
Drip.co? Yeah,
No,
the
I'm
app's
just
still on getdrip.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I launched that at 7 a.m. or something like that. Already getting a lot of people saying nice things or just excited about it, seems like. Got about 80 subscribers in a couple hours, which is cool. And I haven't sent it out to my newsletter yet, that's around 1,100 people now. So expect to pick up a good chunk from there. I'm planning on keeping having multiple lists because I don't want to overwhelm the non-Rails people on my newsletter, but I want to be able to send out lots of in progress things and here's a video I just finished and all that. So I want to have the ability to have multiple lists.
So are you tagging people in your Drip account? Is that how you're maintaining them?
I was planning on just having folks submit the form, just sign up again. Although I imagine there's some way I could have them transfer that subscriber between Drip accounts if I wanted to, with a
I
Twitter
see.
link. Is that
you're using you have two different Drip accounts.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah. So,
Same login, but different accounts.
right. So there's a pretty strong firewall between Drip accounts, but it probably does make sense for this to live on its own unless you're planning to do a bunch of cross promotion with your existing list.
Some.
You could always change your mind later and export your subscribers from your one account and bring them into your other one and tag them or something like that. So it's not it's not a decision that you have to, be stuck with forever right now. But yeah, the firewalls are pretty strong. There's not a great mechanism for transferring a subscriber between two accounts outside of exporting them and importing them again.
Cool. Yeah. So no, I'm fine having it separate. I think that's fine. My final domain, at least for now, is refactoringrails.io. I think I registered 4 or 5 different domains, discarding each one and deciding I didn't like it. I decided to focus on the Rails in particular. It's sort of easier to sell. It's more obvious what it's going to be about and who it's for. And I like that there's that niche as opposed to just Ruby where it's that could be a lot of things.
And your original video was about Rails specifically, right?
The original video was actually fairly Rails agnostic. It had a bit of Rails specific stuff towards the end, but was otherwise mostly Ruby. I actually think the course will end up with a decent amount of stuff that's just Ruby and not really Rails specific. But I think I want to have enough in there that it is a Rails course. I've heard some complaints from people about other Ruby courses that they are kind of a little too OO focused, just generic Ruby-ish advice. And it's okay, this looks cool. And if I had total control over my objects and I didn't have to work within a framework, this would work. But given the reality of what I actually do day to day, is this applicable?
Yeah, sometimes it can feel too abstract, or now we're modeling a car with a vehicle that vehicle that inherits from car or whatever, and it's yeah, but that doesn't actually align with the domain model of a SaaS app, so
yeah, so I want it to be very real world and useful actually at work for real people. So
I like it.
That's the hope.
Nice.
Yeah. So this feels good to get out there and also to have committed to a thing.
Yeah. So do you see this as commitment? Are you feeling pretty confident that you'll be moving forward with this, or is there more gauging to happen based on interest, or is it kind of...
No, this is it. This is the first thing.
Okay.
This is full steam ahead.
All right.
There's definitely enough. I mean, there was enough interest before. There continues to seem to be enough interest that I think I won't develop a thing that no one wants to buy. And I think there's a lot of value in like just committing and getting going on a thing. I don't think, I mean, famous last words, I don't think this will take me a ton of time. I think a lot of this is like translating things I already have and know and have like, just need to sort of like tease out and synthesize into a course. I'm sure it'll take longer than I expect anyway, but I'm okay focusing on this for a while, and I'm excited to have a direction and a thing. I'm getting more excited about the topic as like people are telling me what they're hoping to learn, and I'm like, I have things for you. I think I can help you. Even just rewatching the talk I gave, the original refactoring talk, was like, oh yeah, it's really fun to watch somebody refactor code live, at least for me. Like, I think it's interesting to see someone actually working for real. And so if I can bring a lot of that in, which I'm hoping to do, I think it'll be a pretty compelling course.
I am compelled. What's your roadmap look like? Like, what are your next steps for? I don't even know what the process looks like for putting together a video course. Are you starting to outline the videos you're going to have? Are you going to start releasing stuff as you go? Are you going to kind of wait till the end and bundle it?
So I think the next step is trying to drive as many people to this as possible. And but that's like, I have a limited number of channels for that. I've considered experimenting with some early Facebook ads to see about possibly driving people to the page to collect emails. I don't want to burn a ton of time on that because that's a deep topic, and it's not quite as, it's not like working on the course. So I don't want to get stuck in the kind of meta part of it. So I think the first thing I'm going to do after some initial marketing stuff is try to get a working table of contents together and get feedback on it. So I'll probably throw it in something like a Google Doc or a gist or something and send it to everyone on the list. I think reaching out to people that are interested and letting them help shape the course will just make it better. And so I'm planning on doing a lot of that. Table of contents is probably first. And then I think I'm just going to kind of pick a video in the middle, like something that sounds not too big, but interesting, and make a whole video and just send it to everyone and be like, okay, if the whole course were like this, like, what do we think? Did I enjoy making it? Am I proud of it? Do you like it? What should I tweak? Get some initial feedback. Like, a table of contents is kind of a milestone. First video is kind of a milestone, but the real big one for me is having enough there that I'm comfortable opening like pre-orders.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask next. Like, at what point do you start selling this thing, getting some pre-order revenue?
Yeah, some people would probably pay now, but I want them to get something right away. Like, holding off on that part, which is kind of the reward, is probably good for motivation too, where it's like, okay, well, I know once I get 4 videos done, then I'm going to open pre-sales, and that'll be fun because I'll see some revenue coming in. If you pay money, you should immediately get some useful stuff out of it.
Yeah. I feel like especially for a course like this, it would probably be good to have at least a few videos, and then I could see you, as you release them, as you add, produce more videos, just kind of releasing them to anyone who's paid already. So then anyone who signs up and pays gets whatever content is released at that time, and then you kind of drip it out over time, right?
Totally. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what I was picturing too.
Yep.
Every time I make a new thing, it's a nice excuse to email the list, so everyone gets, and like maybe give away. I'm planning on trying to give away like decent chunks of it as I go, as just like a marketing technique, I guess. So it's like, give it to people on the list, give it out on Twitter. By the way, if you like this, there's a whole course coming. But like the opposite of working in secret and then releasing all at once is kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we'll see.
So what's your next goal, and can you put a time on it?
Getting a table of contents out and getting feedback on it and going through some iterations by next week would probably be a good thing.
I'll hold you to it.
Yeah. Cool. No, yeah. Having committed to you definitely helped.
Yep.
It was like, this has got to ship before the podcast. So
yep.
That was useful. Although I'm wondering if that actually is the best thing. Like, I'm tempted to actually say, get a video out on something. I think that will feel like a better accomplishment. Like, a table of contents is just like, here's a list of the work I got to do. What have I really done? But if I can just pick some discrete I don't need to get too much feedback and just say like, all right, I'm making a video, an 8-minute video on topic X.
Yeah, because I'm sure there's like probably almost anything you talked about in your talk is probably a good candidate for espousing on in a longer video, right? And then I'm sure there's some topics where you're like a little more on the fence on, is this going to resonate or not? And then so you can use your email list feedback to kind of vet those edge case topics, I guess. But
yep.
Yeah, I'm sure you have an idea.
So why don't we say that instead? I'm gonna ship some sort of video by next week. So something I'm thinking about and I think this will be kind of an ongoing question, is how do I get teams to buy this? Because it sure would be nice to sell like 8 licenses at once to the course type thing. And like I tried to go after teams when I did that promotion with Avdi from Ruby Tapas on Upcase, and it kind of worked. But I think we ended up selling only like 20 team, like not total licenses, but 20 discrete teams. Out of I think we had like 1,000 people signed up that said that they manage developers. So we didn't have a lot of success in that regard.
I'm not sure if you talked publicly about this, but do you have an idea of the pricing structure for this?
I don't really.
Okay.
I'm not sure yet.
Okay. Try and put myself in the shoes, because actually, I mean, this is potentially something that I could, buy for my team of developers, and I'm trying to put myself in customer shoes right now and think what my objections would be. I don't know. That's a good question. I'll have to give it more thought.
Kyle Fox, who I met at MicroConf this year, who works at Coach, made explicit a thing I had been thinking, which is it's really nice to have everyone on a team go through a course because you end up with shared vocabulary. And I think that's really powerful. And so I think there's like a pretty good pitch to be made that doing this as a team is better than alone. So I think there is a discrete benefit, but how do I find the people that are leading teams and get them to do the process of the PO or whatever's involved?
Yeah. I'm skimming over your landing page right now. And as an individual developer, when I read this, I can think like, okay, I can level up my own skills by doing this. And it feels like kind of a personal improvement type of angle. But I wonder if the positioning has to be a little different for a team. It's like, I'm trying to picture like maybe a landing page that's more specifically about like how a whole team will benefit from taking this course and what,
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep. That's probably worth building out, actually.
Yeah.
Like having a pretty obvious link, which is like, do you work on a team?
Yeah.
And then like a team specific page that talks about that.
And maybe it's like kind of like that Julian.com type of thing where you're catering it based on the path that they're on. Like if you manage people, then here's the value of it. And if you're just a solo developer, here's the value from taking this.
Let me know if you think of things.
I will. Yeah. I'll give more thought offline.
Another thing that's on my mind is preventing myself from building a custom checkout and course delivery application to do this.
Yeah.
Because part of me wants to spin up a new Rails app and like also, by the way, record myself doing it and sell that to people.
Yeah.
Or like have a paid live stream or something, like sell the byproducts. But having made almost this exact app before, it's always more work than you expect it is. And so if I want to move quickly, building out a bunch of stuff that I could get somewhere else is probably not the right move.
Yeah. I would agree. It's probably not worth it in this case. Unless this was truly going to be like, if this is your case study application, perhaps. I don't know if you need one of those. Like, are you giving away an application with this course?
TBD.
Yeah.
Like it would be kind of nice to be like, oh, by the way, one of the things you get is the source code for the app that's running the site you're on right now. That's something we did on Upcase that I think was a nice perk to offer. So there would be some value there. And like I said, it would kind of let me sell another thing effectively as part of this journey that I'm going to do anyway. But I'm like cognizant of the fact that I am a developer, which means as soon as I start a new thing, I'm like, how do I get to write a bunch of code? But it's like, the thing I'm selling here is the knowledge, it's not the code.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't know.
You said you've built it before. Do you have any like code laying around that you can reuse? Or was it more in the context of proprietary work? Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Built it for other people.
Yeah.
I'm not imagining it would be like a super complicated app, he said, setting himself up for more work than he expected.
That would probably lean against it because for the reasons specified, although it could be an interesting like case study app. But the thing about like a case study app that's not actually needs to run in production is you can cut certain corners, or you can leave out certain things and just say like, for demonstration purposes, I'm only going to show you this part, and the rest is an exercise for the viewer. You know what I mean? Whereas this, you have to take it all the way to the finish line so you can ship it into production, and that's where potentially it can get out of hand and take more time than you want. So.
Yep. Yeah. So we'll see, but I'm leaning against doing that. Although if you're like, I don't know, maybe if you're a person listening to this and you're like, I really, really want to watch you build the app, let me know. Maybe I can be swayed by the people. That's my main thing.
Cool. Good stuff.
But I'm pumped. I'm
Congrats
excited.
on getting it out. That's a big milestone, getting your landing page shipped. You shipped something.
Shipped it, yeah.
Yeah. Looking forward to
Feels
seeing
good.
your
Thank
video
you.
next week.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Wow. I like that. That's a good commitment. I think that'll be great.
Yep.
Also, like later today, I'm going to Thoughtbot. They have like a Thoughtbot and Friends lunch
Oh, cool.
once a month.
Nice.
So I'm meeting up with some former coworkers for lunch, and yeah, life
cool.
is pretty good.
Good. How's the mental state this week? Positive?
Pretty solid actually.
Good.
I did some yoga this morning, so I feel great now. And I also joined a rowing team with some people from the co-working space. So there's a rowing club on the Charles River, which is the river that runs through Boston. And once a week, they like give you a coach and a coxswain, and we have an 8-person team. And we got we had our first practice 2 days ago and actually got out on the river and did some rowing, which is pretty cool.
Have you rowed before?
I never have.
Okay.
I got recruited in college because I'm tall and it's like a tall person sport. But I went to an informational meeting. They're like, practice is at 5. And I was like, cool. I'll see you later.
5 a.m.
5 a.m. 6 days a week.
Ugh.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not really here for that kind of lifestyle. That's nice. It's just like another step forward in the like getting to know people in the environment I'm in. So it's like, okay, now like there's like 7 people that I'm getting closer to because we did a thing together and had beers together afterwards. And so feeling like reasonably good and connected. And actually yesterday, a friend of mine, his office is like getting renovated. So he came and worked in the co-working space with me. And it was like, oh man, that's so good. Like just being able to run things by a person, like as I was going through domain names and like, should I name it this and this thing? It was just so nice to have somebody be like, what do you think of this? And then like he was like going through a tech problem, so he whiteboarded some stuff and it was just like, I was just reminded like, this is good. I got to get this eventually again. Like find other tech type people that I can be chatting with because it's nice.
Yeah. It's funny. Rob has a story from when he moved out to Minneapolis about a month before the rest of us did, just because of the timing of his house and all that kind of stuff. And so he was in the office, it's an office of 150 people. He was in there and in the little drip pod in the corner of the second floor. And he was just like there kind of alone on this island of desks of like 6 or 8 desks. And he recalls feeling kind of lonely, like we could chat in Slack, but there was no one he really knew there beside him. It was just a bunch of strangers around him. And he was like, yeah, it was very, very odd. Like, you miss your team and you miss talking to someone else about the work you're working on and stuff. So,
Totally.
yeah.
Yeah, and like he and I weren't even working on a thing together, but he was a Ruby developer, and so I could like just toss things his way and vice versa. And it was just that much. And like, hey, let's go grab some lunch, or like, hey, let's play a game of chess. There's like a chessboard in the space. So it was just really nice.
Cool. Well, glad you're making progress on getting into that community there. That's awesome.
Yeah. And I have some ideas too. I think I might start a little something. Like they have a lot of community member run event type things. So I'm thinking about possibly like doing a Go night, like teach people Go, or possibly more ambitiously start a small chorus / a cappella group. Because apparently there are a number of like musicians in the space. And it's like, okay, well, maybe that could be a fun way to get integrated. So I think that's it for me.
Okay.
What's up with you?
Cool. Well, we've been shipping stuff this week.
Yeah.
I was just looking through. If you ever go to like the Pulse tab, I just discovered this tab. I think I've seen it before, but I just rediscovered it on GitHub, and it gives a nice summary of things done in the last week. And so far we have merged 36 pull requests this week.
Wow.
So
It's only Thursday morning.
yeah. And I think it does look back like 7 days and not the calendar week, but still, yeah. A lot of things are minor things, but some of the highlights are like we made a few improvements to the subscriber list page. So now you can customize, you can add up to 4 columns of custom fields on your subscriber list, which is something this has been a request for a long time, to see additional data about subscribers in the list view optionally. So if someone's storing a name, a first name, last name, or something like that, or they're storing, some other piece of metadata in custom fields, now you can choose to have that be displayed on the list. Yeah, just finally got around to building it. So it feels good. It was one of those issues that was like created 2 years ago in GitHub, finally made it to the top of the list.
Nice.
We also added one where you can now from the subscriber list, you can click a perform an action button and it'll automatically create a bulk operation in the background for that specific segment and then take you right to the actions page. So if you say you build up a segment of people and then you're like, all right, I want to tag all these people with a certain tag, then you can just build your segment and then click a button and boom, right there, you can apply the tag. So let's see. We also shipped a big feature that's been in the works for a while called global snippets. I think I've talked about it before. Like allows you can create an email signature and then you can drop that, manage it in one place and drop it in all your emails, or you can have like a promo snippet where you swap out a different promotion at different times and you don't have to go update all your emails.
Yeah, that's really cool. I saw Brennan tweeting about that.
Yeah.
It's like partials for your emails.
Yeah, totally. Exactly.
Yeah. Was that widely requested?
I wouldn't say a lot of people requested that specific feature, but we started seeing more and more people doing different hacks to accomplish essentially the same thing, like assigning variables in Liquid in their templates, so that then they can basically centrally manage all their snippets in their global template. In Drip, you can have any number of custom templates, and then you can apply that template to all your campaigns and broadcasts and whatever. So people are kind of like hacking it using variables in Liquid, but that's not really a great user experience,
Yeah, totally.
It's a feature that like is present in, I think Aweber has it, but it's like literally a 1-line text box for your snippet. So like you can't even put a block of text and you can't put HTML and you can't. So in ours, you can like render Liquid with inside of your snippet from the context of the email. And it's pretty powerful.
In your face, Aweber.
Yeah.
The awkward thing is Aweber sponsored this episode. So,
I mean, their snippets are great,
Yeah, I'm going to read some marketing copy in a second.
Oh, shoot.
I just found a little bug.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. It's in the new columns display in the subscribers list.
No.
So I checked one of the options to display one of the columns and save, and it reloads and it displays the column. But if I uncheck the box and click save, the column is still there. And if I pop that config back open, it's still checked.
That's no good. All right, so we got a little button. We're moving fast, breaking things.
Yeah. No, it's a little one. That's pretty minor.
Yeah. Cool. And this is a good example of a feature that has some refinement that it probably needs. Well, we didn't know this bug was there, but there's some additional refinement. Like some people have literally like 300 custom fields. And so this list, it's just a list of checkboxes right now, and you have to scroll through and find what you want.
Yeah.
So, adding a little search box, so when it pops down, you can just start typing and it'll filter down the list, is a refinement that's coming.
I think I saw that like searching as you type refinement somewhere else in the product recently. Was that maybe like events, I think?
Yeah, and pretty much anywhere there's a drop-down list now. We had a custom-built drop-down control before. It was just a little jQuery plugin that I built a couple of years ago, and we finally swapped that out for a plugin called Selectize, which is pretty slick and gives you the ability to, for any select drop-down, you can now type to filter it. In some contexts, it makes sense to like either choose an existing item or add a new item. Like if the text you typed is not an item in the list, then just let that be the item. So this is going to give us a lot more power to like in different places always present a list of custom field identifiers instead of always making you just like remember what it was character for character.
That's a surprisingly nice UX improvement.
Yeah.
like when apps do that. It's like anytime there's a big list of things, like give me that like find it as I type it thing is
Yep.
so nice.
Yep. I agree. And it's been on our list to do for a long time. And it's funny, these select controls seem to, I think they're kind of difficult. Once they reach a certain level of complexity, they're difficult to maintain. So there was one, it was called Select 2, I think, that we were pretty sure we wanted to use. And we started going down the road of implementing it. And then we started encountering some bugs and some edge cases. I think there was like some strife in the issues about like needing new maintainers and people getting burned out on trying to maintain this plugin and browser compatibility and stuff. So, and I think there's even some chatter on the one we chose about like the maintainer not wanting to maintain it forever on the Selectize plugin, which I guess happens in open source quite a bit. But the plugin is so good, we kind of weighed our options. Like, should we not use it because it's kind of only half maintained right now, or should we take the risk and ultimately we decided like if we had to swap it out later on, we would do that. But for now,
You know what that sounds like to me?
what?
Opportunity.
To take it over?
You're a business and you want a really good find as you type plugin that stays maintained and stays working.
Yeah.
And I bet you'd pay more than zero for that.
Yeah, that's true. Sponsored? Corporate
Just a
sponsorship?
thought. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an idea.
I'll just need to learn JavaScript.
Right. Yeah. Hopefully the code's good. Actually, I do know that the code is good here too, which is not always the case with the large JavaScript code base. But
Sure.
our JavaScript guy has been like, yeah, I hacked the core a little bit. I added some additional plugins. And so, yeah, who knows?
Are you running your own fork of it now?
I don't think we had to fork it, which is nice. I think it has like a little bit of a plugin infrastructure. So they had some foresight in their architecture, which is good. Yeah.
That is cool. I've never written a thing that accepts plugins, but it sounds fun.
Yeah, I agree. Or at the very least, even if it's not like I'm not sure if he had to kind of look in the internals and figure out like an internal API to override or something like that. But I'm pretty sure what he did to modify it was not like outright forking. So
Yeah. I like that idea of like, how do I structure this code so that people can get custom, like can change it how they want without needing to change the code.
yeah,
I think that's probably a really nice, that's probably a good positive design pressure.
yeah. Especially when you're building a library, you know.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of activity, a lot going on. Actually, mentally, like it's been a little bit of a challenging week for me because I don't know. There's been a few times where I've had like a meeting that's gone for 2 hours or something like that, and in the meantime, there's a lot of activity going on, and there's just like an overload of Slack notifications and people asking me questions, and people asking for a review, and people. I found it especially difficult this week for some reason to deal with all the activity, especially when I step away for an hour or two in the middle of the day to be in a meeting or do something else. So I came to a hypothesis at the end of yesterday that I think I'm on notification overload, for one thing. With all the developers we have now, and they're all being really productive, there's just a lot of GitHub activity, for example. Every time I'm looking at a page on GitHub, the blue dot is always there, and I compulsively, like every other page load, will open it in a new tab and see what's new in there. And the list is now like almost always longer than, it almost always goes below the fold. Like there's like 30 notifications there all the time because people just commenting on stuff. Often it's not actually things I need to look at. It's just I'm watching the repository. So it's every single piece of activity gets thrown in there as a notification. So end of yesterday, I finally unwatched our main repository, which means I'll only get notified if someone pings me or if I'm participating in a conversation already, or if like someone requests a review. Obviously anything involving me directly, I'll get a notification, but otherwise I won't. So I'm going to try that. I'm optimistic that that's going to have a positive impact on my feeling of overload.
This feels like a big step.
Yeah. I've been
Like letting go a little bit.
I know. Like one developer on our team has literally every single piece of notification infrastructure turned on. Like with Slack, every single time anyone posts anything in any channel, it's like a push notification. And I don't know.
Good Lord. I don't know how people get anything done with that.
I don't know either. I think
I
he's used
paired
to
with
it,
someone that had that.
Yeah.
It's like every message, and it's like, I can't. How can you do this? This is awful.
Right. I mean, I can see if you're like really on your game and you're like, I don't know, you're able to compartmentalize
I don't buy it.
what you're working
Nope.
on, then flip over and do this. But I don't know.
I think at best you're at a massively degraded level of work.
Yeah. I mean, they say humans are almost incapable of true multitasking, right? Like,
Yeah, totally.
we're not multi-threaded.
I will throw out this person got fired for not being productive enough eventually.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So there's that.
Yeah. I'm going to tell the team today in our meeting that I have unwatched the repository. So if you're expecting me to pick up on some comment made on a random issue that I'm not currently participating, then you need to make sure to mention me, you know? So I don't know.
This is good. I think this would be really good for you, actually.
Yeah.
And everybody, I guess.
Yeah.
It seems like a positive step.
I think so too. And I know a lot of companies will recommend if they have like a monolith or like one large repository that houses most of the code. I know it is a practice for a lot of companies to say like, do not watch this repository because there's just too much activity and you're going to get drowned out in noise. Sometimes I've been finding things do get lost in the noise. Like someone will have mentioned me in a comment thread 3 days ago and I just never saw it because, you know, at a certain point I'm like, if I think that I've already seen the change that I need to see, then I'll just mark things as read and not actually click into every single issue and read every single thread. So I've been finding increasingly things getting lost in the noise. So this should help prevent that, I think, because now I'm only going to get things where I'm directly involved. I've had a similar philosophy on like exception monitoring, things like that, where like, you know, we try to squash any noisy exceptions that aren't actually actionable, squash those early so that they don't drown out potentially critical things. So,
Yeah. Cool.
yeah. So I'm optimistic. I'm going to try. I mean, this is day one. I literally unwatched the repository late yesterday. So we'll see how today goes. But
All right. You have to tell us how next week what the experiment revealed.
totally, I will.
Cool. Well, we're getting a little long. Do you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, let's wrap it.
Okay, cool. One thing before we wrap. I noticed we don't have any iTunes reviews because we're a brand new podcast. If you are digging the podcast, would you go leave us a review? That'd be awesome. I think I've recorded, I mean, this isn't Giant Robots anymore, but I think I did 260 of them or something. And I don't think we ever asked for reviews. So this is my first time. So if I can cash in my social capital and ask you to go do me a favor or do us a favor and leave us some reviews, that would be awesome.
Do us a solid 5-star reviews, please.
Yeah. And we noticed this morning that we're having some RSS issues in iTunes, it looks like. So if you're using, almost no one, it appears to me, is using the podcasts app, like the native podcast app. So you're probably fine, but it looks like if you are, we might be missing an episode or two, but we're going to get on that. So sorry about that, but we'll fix it. Show notes are at artofproductpodcast.com, and we'll see you next time.
See you then.